That was me.
Okay.
Speaking of people who have crazy numbers, H3 was just at Raw Talk with Bradley Martin, and H3H3 podcast is one of those where you catch him live, it's 20, 30,000 people watching him live.
Is that supposed to be he? Is that like an inside, like, just slick symbolism?
You're the only person I've ever heard say that,
yeah.
but it makes sense.
Somebody in the comments that cares about the motherfuckers, let me know.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of y'all. So to clarify why it's H3H3.
It's a genuine question.
Yeah.
Might be some lore to it.
But yeah, he went to Raw Talk and was talking to Bradley Martin, and pretty much within the first like 10, 15 minutes just went in on Andrew Schultz.
It felt like he couldn't stop himself.
Oh, sorry. STEINY was there as well too. But that's the thing.
It felt like a meeting for
It felt
bad.
like really instinctual.
That is who
That's
Ethan
who he is.
though. Yeah.
Because, and especially like he understands, like, all right, look, let's just get it over with. We both all hate this guy. Like, let's just kind of talk about it and get over with it.
Well, I feel like obviously STEINY feels some type of way because they had that big moment, which is something that came up in this conversation. Brad didn't say nothing that's gonna like cook his relationship with Schultz, because he was just like, my only problem with Schultz is that I did his show, he said he'd do mine, and I haven't heard from him.
Which literally said that my only thing, yeah.
Not
Not that my friend doesn't like him. My problem with the nigga is
right.
he promised me something and didn't do it.
And that's some light shit. Like, that's some easily recoverable shit. But but that nigga H3, but this is the thing, before we watch like H3 just like go in,
Ethan.
Ethan. Ethan is like, I have started watching him more because I didn't know he existed, and it's just always funny when you like see these people that you didn't know existed, but 30,000 people do, and they're watching him live. It's millions of people do.
It's like
but
FOMO.
It's like, what have I been missing over these last 10 years that he's just been clearly killing shit, you know?
Yeah.
But he is the perfect, dweeb almost to really irritate and get up under your skin. So it's like, a nigga, Schultz got haters all the time, right? Him, like, I know the New Yorker in him is like, this fucking loser had the nerve to talk to me like that. You know what I mean? Like,
punk.
Shit like that. Like, Ethan is that perfect level of like, of all the people to be trying to drag me, it's the nerd nigga.
Yeah.
I just think that part is funny.
He reminds me of, like, he's almost the same person as Red Ball, but only if Red Ball grew up playing like Legends of Zelda. Or some shit.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
because his follow-up questions be crazy, and he'll catch you in an uncomfortable moment, and he'll push that line over and over again.
Nigga, yeah.
He's
smart.
definitely
He's smart. He's cunning.
Yeah, he is.
Cunning?
He is. He
It was
actually is.
Smart. That's like I'm putting more respect on the word smart.
He's
we be
cunning.
saying a lot of niggas smart.
You just
Yeah, because there's different types of smart, like cunning and shit
he's
like
clever.
that.
Like, he knows how to get you in a weird situation and how to make you feel even weirder when you're dead.
Yes.
For those who didn't know,
not really, though.
because
You don't watch H3. You don't watch He, nigga.
It's like, you can't say he's cunning, but like then you click on the Bill Burr video, the nigga just fell apart. Like, at what point was he cunning?
Well, I mean, I didn't say he was the most cunning motherfucker on the planet, Justin.
Well, I like how you didn't have a.
He's no Bill Burr, obviously.
I like how you didn't have nothing to say. But I'm saying, you said he's cunning. I brought up an example of how like he's not cunning.
Yeah, one time. So you want me to bring up a time where you bombed a joke and say you're not funny?
Yeah, but like,
could do that.
To say a person is
You
like.
want me to pull up a time where Lauren hurt his shoulder going for a layup?
Nah, I like that first
can
one you
do
said.
that.
Let's just look back at the
but
footage.
but to say a nigga is cunning, that's a character trait that doesn't just show up and leave. Right, like being funny shows up and leaves. It's a wave. Being cunning is a character trait. Like that's
how
something
do we
you
get caught here.
That's something you stand on.
I mean, I don't know, but I'll stand here with you, nigga. I think it takes a certain amount of social IQ to know what makes people uncomfortable and to make them squirm when they're in that position.
So what's the word when he's a hypocrite then?
Who's a hypocrite?
Because it's like the same thing
Ethan?
happens to him.
Yeah,
Who's
yeah,
Ethan? Okay.
Ethan.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's not above it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Tony Hinchcliffe is good at roasting. That don't mean he can't get roasted.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
right.
gonna tell you what makes his uncomfortable even more uncomfortable. One, just look at him. Just look at him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
He's
you
very
can
comfortable.
put Raw Talk on the screen. But outside of that, when I watched his interview, because we had it as a subject, we never covered it though. When he went to Steve-O's podcast, the one where they're in the RV, we had it as a subject. We just never got around to it. I was like, why is this nigga making me uncomfortable just like watching him talk? And I realized he has Tourette's.
he does. Yeah, he does.
He has Tourette's. A mild form of Tourette's.
That's funny.
So
That's not funny, but it's
so
funny.
so it's also like the
That's funny.
Yeah.
over blinking.
So that's where the social cues get a little okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of those niggas.
It helps, but it adds to.
So he's not smart.
It adds to the
That's what I'm saying.
It adds to his package
Yeah.
though.
When
Like,
I found that out, I was like, I get it.
yeah,
But also-
it adds to his package because he still thinks how he thinks, whether he had Tourette's or not.
Like some people, you can't talk to him and look him in the eye. You got to kind of like every 2 seconds.
He's a slightly off to the side type of nigga. Yeah.
He's gonna make your blood pressure rise just looking at him.
Yeah, some niggas look too deep. Like, don't be gazing at me while I'm just
Yeah,
trying
nigga.
to have a regular conversation.
What I got to say is not that important, nigga.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, let's watch this.
I'm
We'll
not
watch
that
a little
cute.
bit of this comedy enforcement.
Oh, Comedy Enforcement, or you want to watch the moment on
Shout
Raw
out
Talk?
Comedy Enforcement. I've been
This is
watching
Raw
a lot
Talk.
of
this is
his
it?
shit
This is Raw
what-
Talk.
recently.
Oh, is
Yeah,
this
they got
the,
an Ethan
okay? Go ahead.
Schultz thing.
Yeah.
No,
We're
no.
all like
It's,
normal
whenever
guys.
when I saw him, I was like, damn, you're f***ing huge, bro.
You guys have
Yeah.
met multiple times, right?
Yeah.
We've done a
Dude,
show.
are we
done a
gonna
show.
send it after this or what? We need your your soundboard.
That's proprietary, bro.
Yeah. What does it say? Like, yo, let's send it. Or what?
Yeah, something like that. We have a whole bunch of you guys.
Bro, they have a ton.
Dude, you've ripped
No,
me
yeah. Let's go
multiple
to.
times.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
go to the peak area, not the beginning. Yeah.
Well, this is like the end of it, but I will.
It might be
Might be
where
good,
they're
though.
talking about though.
What type of polo is that?
Dropping him and Mike were like FaceTiming it Schultz while he was doing a show, so he wasn't answering. They're like, yeah, that's our boy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that if you're a genuine person in this space,
Nah,
Like,
yeah,
I'd
let's go to
text
comedy
Brad.
enforcement because it's gonna give us exactly what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Where Ethan was going in.
Yeah.
Go to the
Shout
beginning.
out to
Go to
comedy
when they
enforcement.
first. Yeah, where he's cooking them. Yeah, let him introduce it.
Let him introduce it.
Yeah, shout out to Comedy Enforcement. I've been doing a deep binge on this channel recently, man.
Heat for this because STEINY's audience has grown over the past year, but I think it's only fair that we call out that it's been way over a year since the whole Nelk Boys unreleased podcast episode, the whole drama happened, and since then he has tried a couple times to rewrite the narrative or tell a different story to try and avoid taking accountability for being a bad co-host. And
Talking about
now it does
STEINY.
seem like he's trying to take advantage of the recent Andrew Schultz hate to try and change the narrative and pretend like he did nothing wrong. Because on that recent podcast episode, he actually went as far as to lie about what actually happened. And the fact that neither Ethan Klein or Bradley called it out was pretty insane. So let's get started.
I think that I was just riffing off that and being like, who the f is this STEINY guy? And trying to be funny mostly.
Sure.
But I think what changed is I've learned a lot about Schultz, and I think he's actually an asshole. And also
what
a
makes
giant
you
douche.
think that?
I've seen the way he talks to his guests. He's been in things with like a few guests where he just comes off as such a asshole. And I mean, I on the top of my head, I can't list them. I could certainly recall them if I thought about it for a minute. But when I go
I'll
back
tell
and
you
watch
who it is.
yours,
Whitney Cummings. I
that
think.
one was just
Shane
so
Gillis, maybe.
well. And then the one where he was trying to pressure academics to take the
was one of them is about to be passed out.
Try one of these.
What is this?
This
nah,
is
that's a weed shit. I'm good.
It's not weed. It's a Zin.
To nicotine.
Oh hell no.
No.
You're gonna be hooked. No, I'm good. I'm good.
It's not about a hook.
You won't get hooked.
It's
Oh,
this-
hell no. I'm good.
It's like a dip.
No,
Just try it.
No,
Will
I
you
can't-
just try it?
I got addictive personality for real, for real.
This is not going to make you addicted.
No. Like I have a really addictive like.
Just try the white boy shit for one. Why are you so afraid? We drank Hennessy the whole time. We finished a whole.
No, I get it.
What is this?
That's a bottle. That's a bottle.
It's not a fifth. Why not just try one?
No, because I'm gonna be addicted.
You're not going to be
You're not gonna
addicted.
be
It's such a
addicted.
stupid thing to think.
And when you see
Also,
me,
you're probably an alcoholic anyway, so what are you concerned about Zin for?
Probably. So all right, so hold on. Let me ask you a question.
Pause. I forgot this moment had happened, and niggas really hated Schultz after this moment.
People don't like seeing
I
somebody get peer pressure.
Especially into like tobacco or alcohol or anything recreational like that. Like, but I had completely forgot about this moment. So like they're just bringing up moments obviously right now. But
it is a bad look.
As I'm watching like just Ethan
Kinda
just
funny,
like kind of cook him and say I fucking hate him and all that other stuff. I'm just like hearing Andrew Schultz, like the New Yorker, and I'm just like this fucking dweeb. Like I could just hear him.
Yeah.
I wish he would respond. I don't know if he'll respond. And on Flagrant, he's definitely worthy enough to respond to. And I don't like when Schultz don't respond where he should be responding, which would be H3. As dweeby as H3 is, like just objectively, level wise, 100% should be responded to. But Schultz will punch down to respond though. But he won't punch even or up a lot of the times. He been cut that out. But he has no problem punching down.
He used to throw nothing but uppercuts, nigga.
Exactly. And then he stopped. And then now when he does reply, "It's only down," and it's like, get you a worthy opponent, bro. They'll be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing.
They'll be punching down.
But that's the thing. Looking at Ethan, he would look at him and be like, "Oh my God, I got better things to do. My breakfast is here."
It's
nigga.
so easy to do that until you look at Ethan's numbers. It's so easy to do that.
But comics and specifically Andrew,
yeah,
like I'm pretty sure he cares about the numbers because he's a businessman. But at the end of the day, like it's completely different game. Like Schultz is like in the real world. Like touching the people funny.
Ethan's
like a
in the
real nigga in the world funny.
Ethan's in the real world. I did research on Ethan, nigga, around the time of that Steve-O podcast. He was on, his podcast is on a break. They had just sold out like a 7 or 8 or 7 to 10,000 person outdoor venue, live podcast. These niggas were in like robes, yoga mats. I said, oh, this nigga is really, he's really that nigga.
Sound like a cult.
No,
robes and yoga mats?
I mean, it was.
Was it hot in there?
Look, all I'm saying
was
is
it indoors?
No, it was outdoors. All I'm
what
saying,
poses?
do H3 live podcast
On YouTube?
On YouTube, yeah. It was crazy. I was like,
It was
oh,
the
he's.
same?
I said he's really that nigga. Like, so it's just he's a dweeb though.
And that's the difference.
That's what you can't get over. But let's see this.
Right
What's
there,
going
that
on?
one.
What? How many? Was it
The Greek Theater? Go to the beginning because I think they dropped the accolades to the theater.
Oh, these niggas LARPing.
Look at this shit, nigga.
That is. It's
You want to
lit,
hear it or no?
Yeah, I think so.
This is 3 hours too.
And it's early in the night. Skim over to where you can see the crowd. Yeah. Skim to where you can see the crowd. Like maybe later in the night, like on a peak moment or something like that.
This is how you do it live.
I would do it.
Like, look at this, bro. All right, just hit right there.
I see you guys in back there.
Okay. We got some green.
This nigga think he Julius Caesar.
Yeah.
We see you.
Burley's in the back.
That nigga
All right,
Oedipus.
so as we are getting dressed.
So yeah, he outside. All I'm saying is
He outside, and
This is just
pretty,
also. This is me
pretty
defending
impressive.
like on some rush shit. Like
It's a lot of mothers.
like,
it's
yeah.
a lot of
You
mothers in that
defending a lot of
crowd.
white guys today, nigga.
Yeah, a lot of Fuck it.
Let's see how long that goes.
Yeah, it'll last for a week.
Yeah, and then you'll be on to your next.
How would you
demographic.
feel? Your nephew was like, "Yo, AJ, this H3H3. He's
I'm actually I have no problem going. Look at
This
this
is
shit.
crazy. This
What was
is
it?
crazy.
The Greek Theater. Let me look up the Greek Theater capacity.
This is actually pretty impressive.
because of what Ethan is, or because it's a lot of people in a venue."
Like just kind of both. Like not.
You get what I mean?
Not talking about Ethan's personality,
6,000
but like
people.
the fact that
6,000.
you a podcaster, you going on a tour
Yeah.
and all this
And he
shit, and
sold
like
it out.
you can gather this much.
Yeah.
You
That's
can
kinda crazy.
gather 6,000 people in one spot.
This
for a
deeper
live
than the
act.
black. effect.
Anybody who can do this, I automatically respect.
Oh,
Yeah.
got to.
Yeah,
Got to.
no, it don't even matter what
Yeah.
you do. If you can get this, having it every time at your whim,
Uh-huh.
at your will,
You gotta respect it.
yeah, I gotta respect it.
I mean, it's not
Schultz-
Madison Square Garden, but
Schultz should respond.
Mexicans and whites are there.
Schultz should
for
definitely
those of you
respond,
who
and I
are-
would like to see it. And the streets need it.
But
YouTube, us YouTube creators, we need a little beef. I think you should do it.
and overall, I think, yeah, you love a crash out,
Yeah.
but I think what we seeing here, like, because this isn't the first time he's been called an asshole. You know what I mean?
It's not.
This is a common trend in his broadcasting career. I think it kind of just stems from the fact that, like when you're a comedian, sometimes like that disgruntled bag is something that you hop in, especially when the circumstances are fucked up. Like he's on his phone texting, he's bored, he don't really want to be here. You just
Yeah.
start calling out the moment. But like a nigga like Patrice, he was an asshole with a purpose, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Andrew Schultz's assholeness it doesn't have like
Balance.
there's no meaning in it.
Yeah.
Patrice wasn't just being an asshole.
Right.
And
That's
he's
a fact.
saying
No, that's-
asshole,
I
but it's
100% agree
And
with
it
that.
takes a certain level of, granted,
Well,
Patrice
no.
is like 6'5" and 300 pounds, so that works too. And you got a certain level of charm, but like
I don't even believe like Patrice was an asshole. It's not like he wasn't being an asshole.
I
But
call
He
him
was
an
just
asshole.
funnier in his ass.
He was funnier. That's
Andrew
the
was
biggest-
righteous
But
in it, though. It's coming from somewhere specific.
Andrew just seems annoying at times.
And definitely
not even
annoying.
like an asshole,
sure
just annoying.
No,
at
but
times.
annoying asshole at times.
An annoying asshole, yeah.
At times, for sure.
Yeah.
Annoying asshole, annoying dickhead, all those come together.
I mean, what are the best things that make a comedian?
Not necessarily that. I mean, I'm not gonna
That's
look at all
definitely
my.
part of the mix.
It's definitely
It's
that
definitely
long. It's
part of the mix.
definitely
Part of,
that
but it
long.
ain't just that.
Name a good comedian, and I'm gonna tell you something bad about
Bill
him.
Burr.
Well, Kevin Sam, I'm bugging. Kevin
Bill
Hart.
Burr.
Kevin Hart is not known for being an asshole either.
Bill
and
Burr,
he's
he
huge.
married a black woman, so people
We
don't
don't
look
know
at
the
him
real,
different.
and we don't know who the
Same
real
with-
Kevin Hart
And
is.
same with Dave Chappelle. He's not
Yeah.
known for being an asshole either.
Right.
And he's the biggest.
But like, you got to think bigger than just like being an asshole. I'm mean to you. Like Dave Chappelle has articles written about him punching down. You know what I mean? Like he's picking on these people. He won't lead trans.
Yeah, but
alone.
in the realm of your comedy set, that's different than just on a pod being completely
he's,
on.
he's
all the
been
time.
down. He was down walking on Rodeo. It's like, oh, TMZ, yeah. Matter of fact, fuck these do. Like, fuck these F words. Like, that's Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
So it's not he was just in the theater.
I haven't seen Dave Chappelle do that.
Okay,
not that
my God.
specifically, but like,
Yeah.
and even you brought up the point that it wasn't during his comedy set, but like, even it doesn't matter. Like a comedian on a podcast, a comedian on the radio, it's like be funny.
No,
Man.
the point of all
be
this,
funny. Don't be just an asshole. On the day.
Don't be just. I agree with that.
Go ahead.
the whole point of this, we got here because I said most comics are assholes. Most comics have
That's what you
like
said, okay.
that thing that makes you go like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Almost Richard Pryor. Like, there's so
For
many
sure.
things
No,
you
I
can say
agree with
about
that.
this
I
nigga.
agree
Black
with
people call it stupid. You stupid, nigga.
Yeah.
You fool.
I mean, I agree with that.
Richard Pryor was like, oh,
the
bad person.
academics.
Yo, Richard Pryor put coke on his dick and f that one girl and like ruined the pussy forever.
Yeah, mark that.
Yeah, I was about to say.
But also, I mean, in the academic situation that we were looking at, obviously he was wrong. But like the STEINY Nut Boy situation, that was justified though. Like I had to go back and watch that, and I was like, these niggas did like they were asking questions like,
And-
"Have you ever done crowd work?"
And-
So it's like, bro, it's okay. Like that was when I can understand why you would feel some type of way because you got roasted in front of the world by Andrew Schultz, especially. That was a little bit over a year ago, or he was still climbing. You know, like he's doing what y'all know what I'm talking about. He was red fucking hot. But long story short, but like they were trying to use that as the crutch of. He did a couple other areas.
And another
as well,
thing,
too.
I
You're
don't.
just an asshole.
It's something when, like, if you're gonna call somebody an asshole or somebody anything, I'm looking at you as a person, right? Like, who's calling this guy an asshole?
Yeah.
STEINY? Like, I can't trust if STEINY says a
Ethan
nigga is a good person, let alone if STEINY says somebody is anything.
That's a good
So
point.
it's like, who's calling these people things?
Yeah.
It's you got to look at the character of the
Ethan
nigga.
and H3. Ethan and STEINY.
Ethan, and now granted, I haven't seen too many bad things about Ethan. Kind of really the same thing about Andrew. He's just annoying, a
Ethan's
liberal.
an asshole. He's annoying.
You know,
Yeah.
he.
But I do
whatever.
watch it though. Sometimes I'm not in the lore
Because we both got caught up.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
his show is big. Like, I watched the show
It's not a bad show. It's like I'll put it on sometimes just for a little bit, but I'll watch the clips.
Even
more.
then, like,
I ain't
I'm just
seen
now
none of that.
remembering this. The whole the low hanging fruit with this nigga Ethan is that when a real nigga comes around his wife, she chews up. Like, I'm pretty sure we could type in a video about, like, you know, saying woo woo woo.
Is that what? Do we want to go down this
When a
path?
real nigga comes around,
When a real nigga comes around his wife, I mean,
this
we
is
can.
his thing.
his head is hard.
What's wrong
But
with
This
you?
is his thing,
What's
man.
wrong with you?
I mean,
His head
you
is
can
made of
say
marble,
that.
nigga.
You can say that, but even
But
then,
what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
I'm saying
He is
this
treading
is
delicately,
this
though.
is the type.
He is.
It's not. I mean, you can say it's mean, but don't ever say I'm wrong, and that's what I like. You get what I mean? There's a difference. But continuing,
Okay.
I'm just giving you what the character of this nigga is. So it's like, can we trust his words? Can we? I mean, I don't know.
And even at the beginning of the conversation they had on Raw Talk, STEINY didn't even believe he was being genuine at first. Because, like, I'm not saying that it's typical for Ethan to just, like, hop on the trends, but it kind of felt like...
he definitely does that.
It was, see, I don't know enough about the nigga to say
Yeah.
it. But, like, when it was cool to hate STEINY, he hated STEINY.
Right.
Now
Yeah,
when it's
literally.
cool to hate
And he
Drew,
admitted to that,
he's
yeah.
hating Drew. So
Yeah.
it's like you were saying, like, who's calling him an asshole?
That's what I mean. And honestly, like, when I see Andrew, I don't see an asshole. I just see a nigga that talks a lot and he doesn't get told. That's like, yo, you kind of, you know what I mean? Like, just stop talking to me right now.
see.
Yeah, not majority of the time asshole, but a good bit of it.
For sure.
Everybody has asshole tendencies.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Some people just capitalize on them.
Some people are just in front of a camera more.
But the
often.
only reason it feels like asshole to me is because it's not completely all the time. If there's anybody in front of him he respects to his level or more, he's not that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but that's what's been the best part about watching Flagrant is we get to find out in real time who he values as a human being.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. That's one of the most interesting parts about Flagrant is like we're learning his level of respect for all these people that he encounters.
I get what you're saying, but like it's gonna be different respects for different people. Like I went out with my 𝙃𝚃 the other day. You should have saw how I was talking, nigga. It was no cussing, no niggas, no B words, no P word. Like nigga,
he was on the phone with her. I thought he was talking to a job.
Yeah, literally.
I was like,
it was like, yeah, hello, yeah, I'm gonna be there in about 10 minutes. You know, don't worry about
you
it.
Say you were with your what?
𝙃𝚃.
So you use 𝙃𝚃?
I
thought only white people.
He's
use
a Rocky Mountain.
I use
nigga.
𝙃𝚃 because she's not like biologically my grandma, but that's
okay.
not, I
That
call
makes
her
more
grandma,
sense.
but you know,
Because I've only heard white people use 𝙃𝚃.
me too. I
I
thought
think black people say Nani. That's the only one I've
heard
that.
I've heard that.
Nana, I've heard Nana.
you go down far enough, you're going to start hearing 𝙃𝚃 from Pigmented.
I know white people. I know
brothers.
a couple white people who for sure.
I'm glad he
𝙃𝚃.
stood on it today
Yeah,
though,
nah.
because the other day he said it when we was just in the stew by himself, and he like when I asked him, "What'd you say?" He said it differently again. I was like, oh, okay.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I do.
I bet you do. Bet your
Lord
little brain
caught
do
you
remember that.
slipping,
I didn't call him out. Just let him
Catch
live.
me slipping.
You let him live.
So I guess
like
the general
he wouldn't let you.
I guess the general consensus is
he's an asshole. But
honestly, the general consensus, in my opinion, is that we can't trust what Ethan and STEINY say. Who the fuck? Like,
oh no, I'm going off based on what I've seen. He's an asshole.
He's an asshole.
Drew or Ethan?
Both.
Both.
And it's like, but the thing
Literally
is,
both. Literally both of them.
We're talking about a guy who calls his fan base the asshole army. Like it's a part of. He wants to be called an asshole.
Yeah, now we can't let him get off with that though. The only reason we can't because we also see when we're like, man, you're being kind of a terrible person right now. We've seen that too.
We just saw the
We've seen
academic
that
school.
too.
So it's like there's always
far.
levels to it.
There's
like,
always too far.
I enjoy some good asshole content, but at the same time, when we're just like every so often we get when we're like.
We just
Why-
watched
why are you doing
level
this?
level 10 peer pressure. We just watched that.
It is, but it's like it's almost
That was just
like,
the one moment. The Whitney Cummings shit was crazy.
That was
because
because they
crazy.
got some weird type of
They do,
rigmarole
but it
between
was
them.
he has that with more than one person.
But it's almost like you love your drunk uncle when he's drunk and being fun, and then when he punches a hole in the wall, now everybody, you should stop drinking.
Yeah,
But you love that nigga every cookout.
Exactly.
Well, we love him too because he's probably drunk and he's like 70 and he's probably like was in the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like at least.
But when he
this
started
nigga's just
pissing in the plant
this
in the
nigga's
living room.
he's just a comedian and he's not old enough to get away with certain shit.
Yeah.
Like like we letting older niggas get away with some shit.
Yeah.
This nigga's a veteran. He a little fucked up,
Say
but
he been through
it
something.
is what it is. You know what I'm
He
saying?
don't like loud noises. Nigga. Let him live.
Yeah, you gotta. There's an age to those type of like fuck ups. Yeah,
Asian
but when
babies
you're like
fighting them.
when you're 40s, cognitively, we're like you haven't. It's not like you got you don't have Alzheimer's or some shit. We're like, okay, you're consciously just a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's definitely different.
But nah, it was funny seeing like STEINY just like talk about this again.
I
He
want
was
to see
like,
the clap
yeah,
back.
it's just an asshole, Andrew.
I want to see the clap back for sure.
Andrew just an asshole.
The one thing I didn't when comedy enforcement was saying capitalizing off the Schultz hate. Were we early to the party? I just feel like I'm tired of the Schultz hate almost. Like, I know making a hateful Schultz video, I'm going to title this probably in some hateful way just because that's
You're
what
a
worked.
shrewd YouTuber.
Yeah, I'm a shrewd YouTuber, but it's like, man, I'm getting burnt out just titling these shits like that because it feels like it's been over a year.
They
Like,
say this is not even passionate no more.
this isn't even a current wave. So like when he said that, I was like, I don't know how much of a wave that is. This is just, he did it for so long. It's a perfect niche that you could always eat off of now because of how his behavior was for so long.
Yeah.
And now it's coming up less frequently as throughout 2024 goes on. 2023, it was terrible. It was so bad. It was so bad last year.
It was
but
bad.
like it lasted so long that you could just do a documentary now on how he was an asshole to people, and it was more than 2023. It was more than that. But
and to that point, this isn't even one of like if there was a highlight reel of assholiness. This wouldn't make
low key
the cut.
light work. This is
it
light
wouldn't
work.
make the cut.
Yeah,
Like
this is not in the top 10 plays.
There's a clip where, like, I forgot what I think Akash's wife was in the studio.
Nigga.
Oh, I remember that.
That
way back.
That circumstance,
Yeah,
that
way,
was a
way
lot
back.
different.
That was crazy.
Just to give a
that
quick note,
that was
like,
when Kaz was there too.
Kaz was back in the day. That Akash's wife was over doing some homework in the studio, and Andrew did the whole like, could you leave? You know what I mean? So that we could start doing our thing. And it's like, I don't know if she was in there being loud or noisy. Like, I don't think Indians study.
No, she was just there. She was just there.
You know what I mean?
She wasn't being a yogi.
Studying is a silent thing.
He just didn't want her there. And then he also had like the whole thing of like,
didn't want her there.
why are you even bringing your girl to a situation like this?
Yeah.
And it was she already didn't like him from something that happened previous.
Yeah.
And then I literally just watched that clip maybe a couple of weeks ago. And then the cherry on top is like, Akash is like crazy texting. Like, he's clearly going back and forth with him and his girl. You know what I'm saying?
Even beyond.
And then he was like, oh, wait, this is all recording?
Yeah.
And then he was like, it was just, bro, it was, that shit was so much shit in that clip, bro.
And even beyond that, so like the whole room was trying to tell Andrew, like, yo, that was kind of fucked up.
Everybody
what you did to your friends.
Because in the con, it was like, can you leave?
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't even no smooth way.
I don't remember exactly how it was said, but Akash.
It was definitely mutual. Everybody was unified in you are being a asshole.
It wasn't mutual because the nigga, the husband of the room, was acting like a cup holder. He was like, I mean, it really wasn't that bad. You know, she is studying kind of loud. And it got to the point where Alex started defending Akash off camera, and then Akash and Andrew ganged up on Alex.
Oh,
She was kind of crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Like, first of all, I'm really protecting your girl, and you coming at me, and it's like I'm
because
looking
that's
out
what
for
Andrew's
you.
saying. I'm protecting your girl, right?
No, that nobody said it, but Alex
no.
Alex essentially was doing Akash's job.
Yeah,
and then Akash started getting on him for that. It's kind of crazy.
It was a crazy break. Maybe we'll do a full breakdown next week.
Because that moment is important because it puts everything into perspective.
It was the beginning of what we've seen throughout the years.
Yeah.
Almost.
It's the beginning. It's why his asshole.
Schultz look like we're back on that train. You might get another 2-3 weeks out of us. You know?
Shit, we might go through your shit, nigga. Where my camera at, nigga? We're gonna go through your history.
Yeah. But yeah, shit. Let's move off of this. We'll go back in on that next week.
Yeah, comment down below if you think Schultz is a butthole.
And comment down below if you love it. Pause.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right.
You said butthole. You should have said the other one.
All right, I gotta hit the thing now.